Looks good? Yeah.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
All right.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm great.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Peggy.
And you're watching
The Junction Fiber Mill Millcast.
You sure are.
Yeah, on this overcast, thank God we're getting a little rain day.
I know. I woke up and I was like, okay, it's a bummer. But wait, we haven't even seen rain in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I got up, I was up early this morning and I took the dogs outside and I thought, it was like 6 in the morning. I was like, is that snow? It was just spitting. It was this very fine mist.
Yeah.
And now it's coming down, and we desperately needed some rain.
Yeah, we've been in an actual drought.
It was
happens every year.
Absolutely,
like,
and you know it's bad. There's a lot of dirt roads in Vermont. A lot. You know it's bad when you're on a dirt road and the car has disappeared because of the dust that has been.
Oh,
right?
I know. It's pretty bad. And I noticed, like, when I walked just over the river here in White River Junction yesterday from a bang trim to the hair salon, there was, like, you know, instead of it being a river, there was like little islands of sand poking up in it. I was like, this is not
very
good. So,
very. Yeah, the river was low.
Yeah.
I don't know, not all time low, but worrisome low.
Yes. Yeah. So we are pre-recording this episode because
it's not Monday.
No, it's not Monday, because Monday I will be driving back from Portland. We've had a lot of travel between the two of us recently, but a very good friend of mine is getting married this weekend, so the past weekend, as you're seeing this, in Deer Isle, Maine.
That is going to be gorgeous.
I cannot wait. We're going to eat lobster.
Of course.
Probably there'll be a boat ride involved. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's Maine.
A clam chowder?
Maybe the food at the wedding sounds incredible. And
is this a big wedding or?
I think it's a fairly large wedding. Yeah, and we're pretty close to the bride and groom. And furthermore, Maeve is the bride's daughter's very best friend. So Maeve and Maya are gonna get to play all weekend. Maeve's been talking about it. Want to go to Maya's mama's wedding? She's been saying that, so she has no idea. I don't think like what a wedding is, but she's got it in her little brain that she's that sounded mean. She's got it in her little head that she's gonna go.
It'll be fun
and have fun with her friend Maya.
Excellent.
So it's gonna be great. And so we're leaving tomorrow for Portland, and we're just sort of scrambling around to figure out how that's gonna work, but.
Hey, anytime you're traveling with kids, it's a production.
It feels like a full-time job sometimes.
Well, you just figure out how to get more and more efficient about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll get on the road.
The other thing is we haven't decided like old Subaru, or the e-car, and that is also like in this day and age gets to be a challenge. I think it's going to be Subaru just because. Yeah, because the infrastructure is there. We don't have a Tesla. And the thing is, if you have an electric car and it's not a Tesla and you're going into uncharted territory, it's just like across your fingers and hope about the charger
It's
situation.
getting better. I think we are both fans of EV cars. We both own EV cars. Yeah. And locally, phenomenal.
So great. You don't have to think about filling up. They're quiet. It feels so much better when you're, especially when you do have those longer drives. It feels good to drive the electric car. But
if you're
do not want to get stuck, and especially not with children.
And I've been stuck with Todd and I. That was our lesson learned. But we won't go into that because I'll just melt down. Midnight on the highway. No. Yeah.
Oh, whatever. I had a Mother's Day with my mom and my daughter.
Oh, that's right.
Stuck at a random Toyota dealership that was closed using their like low energy charger. We literally were just like we crossed on foot. The like busy road to like sit next to. I think so.
We did the same damn thing. The Toyota dealership in Bow, New Hampshire. And it's doing like 4 miles an hour.
Literally, the amount of miles it gives you is like the time it would take to drive that. So, anyways, we won't keep going.
And of course, in your case, it's not your mother's fault at all. But when it happened to Todd and I just in my mind, this is Todd's fault. It just is. Anyway, we move on.
Yeah. Well, I do want to say what I'm wearing because it's finally sweater weather. Yeah. And so I'm starting with my sleeveless here. This is the Stockholm Slipover by Petite Knit.
Yeah,
just such a sucker for them. And it's knit out of my sheep's wool. So this is,
which is great.
This is Brownie before she got quite so gray, but I love it. It's a 3-ply, so it's just got a nice smooth fabric. And I've been wearing this a lot over my light wool t-shirts I've got lately because it's just like the perfect transition layer. You put a little canvas coat on over it. It's great.
And I'm wearing an Orvis sweater, so.
But it's wool.
Right? This is true. It is. We got a lot. We are, it's like that arrow that pulls back and it goes back and it is ready to release. So when you're watching
there's
this,
like a charge in the mill right now. Like, are we ready?
Are we ready? Yeah. So the beginning of the festival season is upon us.
Yes.
And we are what's really fun is as you guys know, we've gone out on a limb and we're going to kick it all off with a party. Our Millapalooza is just days away.
I know. Friday is going to be nuts. So Friday morning, some of our team is going to go to the Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival Fairgrounds
to set up as early as we possibly can.
I think we're going to get like special, please let us in permission.
Yeah, and Ellen has been very good about that. Ellen's been part of
She's
the
one of
running of
the
that
organizers.
Machine. Yeah, so we're going to have a team up there getting the booth set together.
Someone's going to go get the maple creamy machine.
Maple creamy over in Barnard, which is an hour plus away. And then someone's got to be up at the farm where the tent is arriving, and then the food truck's arriving, and the flowers are arriving, and the porta potty is arriving.
The flowers.
Yeah, porta potty.
And then we're gonna have a team here. I think probably we'll get started on Thursday, making the mill spick and span.
Yep.
To be presentable for these tours.
The tours, yeah.
And the shopping, of course. So we've just got a whole lot kicking off on Friday.
Yeah, and then
we get to wake up early
on Saturday and go do the festival for 2 days.
I don't even think I told you, but I have prayed and hoped and wished my way into my mother-in-law coming this weekend to help with the children for Vermont Sheep and Wool, and I actually think she's going to stay on through. She's basically going to live with us through festival season, which is so amazing.
You're kidding.
Because Cody needs an extra set of hands. And so I just want to
Natalie.
I want to put it out there as a huge thank you, Natalie, and just to all of the family of people with small children making the dream work out there. So Natalie's coming to be with the children so that both Cody and I are going to attend Millapalooza on Friday night. Of course, Cody's playing music. I'm there on official capacity.
Absolutely.
Enjoying myself, of course. And then Saturday, Sunday, it won't be quite as big of a thing for him to have the kids all day while I'm at the booth meeting all of you lovely humans and having a great time.
Wow, that's pretty great of her to do that.
And so, I think she might go home once in between, but she's going to stay on. And then 2 weeks later is the New York Sheep and Wool Festival.
Right.
So, it's going to be great. But
back to Millapalooza. We got to talk about this.
Yes, the tote bags.
So if you're coming, this is our totes are here.
They are
how cute.
Substantial. This canvas
this is a nice heavy canvas, but it's got a gusset, so it's got a nice.
I really hope we see folks using these at the festival for all of their purchases.
Yeah,
but
adorable.
It's got the cute little logo, limited edition.
There you go.
And we should mention, we don't know because we're pre-recording this, but I think there'll still be some tickets available at the time you see this.
Just check the website.
Check the website if you still want to come. Otherwise, hopefully y'all are coming to the Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival.
Yeah.
We've said a lot about that.
We talked about that. So the bag is unique to the Millapalooza, and then the people who are at the Millapalooza are going to be able to get the first dibs on this yarn. I think we talked about it. I'm not sure we actually showcased it. This is the coolest thing on earth. Hogwash Farms is a fabulous farm in Norwich, Vermont, next town over.
Yep.
And Leslie O'Hara runs the farm. And she has a flock of, she has some Cotswold, but mostly she has Jacobs. And Jacobs are those little guys.
You're seeing a video now.
They have horns and they're spotted. And
they're a heritage breed.
Yep.
And I like to say they've got polka dots.
Yeah, polka dots, splotches of different colors, but it's basically whites and chocolate black, and then in some cases some gray.
Yep.
And it's ridiculously labor intensive, but what we did was we sorted it. And so we have 3 different colors. We have the white, we have the deep chocolate black, and then the gray as this 3-ply. It is stunning.
This is, I think, my favorite yarn we've made this year. I'm obsessed with it. He doesn't watch the Millcast that much, and he's probably gonna hear. But I'm like commissioning a shop sample / present to Cody because he is like obsessed with this breed and this yarn.
Right, and it will have a kind of a raglan effect when it knits up, and it's just yummy. And the only way to get this will be to either be at the Millapalooza for the tour, and it'll also be at the Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival. Yes. And we have what we have. It's as they say, a limited edition.
You see. We've got some weird, focusing thing. There we go. Now you're focused on the yarn. Okay, now you can see it up close and personal. You gotta make sure it focuses. Okay.
Yeah, so it's the Jacob Twist 3-ply.
Yes, so this will be available at the festival. And the other thing that's going to be available at the festival, it's available online too, but It is like feeling like hunting season out there.
If you are in a state where hunting is a thing, you got to come and get some of this fabulous Hunter Orange. This is made with our 1,000-pound BFL blend.
It's 100% natural wool dyed the most unnatural color so that you can be seen in the woods.
So in the woods, and when you're walking, I think I've said before, when we're out and about in the fields or on the streets in our neighborhood, we're all wearing.
Make your dog a Sophie scarf.
There you go. That'd be adorable.
Make yourself a Sophie
So that
scarf.
also will be at the Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival, which is so appropriate for Vermont.
Totally. I hope people love it. I think they will.
Yeah.
Right.
So tick, tick, tick.
I know.
Yeah.
And let's see, what do we have next?
Oh, we should also say the neon colors that we've been talking about for several weeks now, all the colors will be at the Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival. So if you've been on the fence about that Pink Pony Club or Brat, it'll all be in sport weight, but all 6 colors will be there.
Yeah.
Which will be so fun.
Moving on from festival news, because we got a couple other things. I think it's going to be a shorter episode today, just because we talked to you 2 days ago, it feels like. I wanted to show the latest of Carolyn Holbrook, the Woolly Needles designs. I think they're so cute. She's got the Milo and the Millie. They're sort of variations on each other. And she was kind enough to knit up a sample for Maeve and Lewis, but I just want to show you them. These are out of our Sport Weight Farm Fresh yarn. This is, again, the same base as this one. It's the Blue Face Leicester.
Yeah, and it's an indigo blue, and then our natural, the undyed.
Yeah, and so you'll see some photos
the indigo
of
with
Maeve
the
and
gray.
Lewis.
The indigo with the gray just looks like $1,000,000.
It looks so cute. This looks just like so adorable on Maeve. So anyways, it was so kind of her to send us these samples. I love she has these custom hangers made up, which I think is so genius. So again, this is the Milo and the Millie. And
she must have gotten do you think she got those from Katrinkle?
I have no idea. Maybe.
Ooh, we gotta get ourselves some of those.
I know. Isn't that great to show off which pattern it is?
Yeah. We have all these random hangers. Wait a minute.
I know. This is great.
Okay.
We have to apologize for, you're probably hearing some banging noises in the background. It's our, we've got some ongoing work to the building.
Yeah, on the building. So in our main area here, then there's the mill on this side, and this way is a storage, not winterized, but the walls were a little compromised, so it's been taking a long time, but they're getting reinforced, and Louis is back there with the sledgehammer, hopefully reinforcing them.
Hopefully the ceiling doesn't fall down. No.
Did you make some progress since we were here last?
I wanted to show so I did finish on Monday night after we recorded the Millcast. I finished Oppenheimer. Great film. I want to watch it again to now sort of understand a little bit more of
or read the book.
On.
That's what Todd did. After he saw the movie, he goes, I got to read this book.
Yeah.
It's a time in American history that doesn't get talked about a lot, but when you're watching it or reading about it, you're going, whoa.
Yeah, it's wild. It's so wild. But, so I, of course, didn't knit that night. But then last night I did get to knitting with the Vietnam War documentary on in the background, like I mentioned. Yeah. So I finished grafting the sleeve.
The second sleeve?
Yeah, the second sleeve.
Oh,
and
nice.
now I'm starting to graft.
Oh, now you're doing. Yeah, now you're doing the side seam.
Now I'm doing the side seam, and hopefully I finish this soon, and it'll be a full sweater. Right now, it just feels a little like, I've got 1,000,000 needles and stitches going everywhere.
I love the
think
color.
It's heading toward being done, and I'm really hoping by Vermont Sheep and Wool I can be rocking this at the booth. This is going to be my quote hashtag Rhinebeck sweater, but I want it done before.
You gonna wear it to the Vermont Sheep and Wool?
I guess it depends on the weather.
I always find in the morning that building by the way, we're in the Dodge Gilman building.
Great point.
If you've never been to the Sheep and Wool Festival, it's not crazy big, but there are 3 separate pavilions, and we are in the one called Dodge Gilman. That's where all the cool kids go.
It's basically after the entrance, you go as far as you can away from the ticket booth, and there's a little like gazebo outside, and then there's
live music. Yeah, it's it's a great building.
Yeah, so come find us with the cool kids, as Peg said.
That's what Michael Hampton.
I know.
Yeah, and Michael Hampton will be there. Hampton Fiber Mill. I think this might be his last year. So if you're a fan of Hampton Fiber Mill, and those who are in the know, check him out.
Yeah.
So we'll see you at the Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival, or we'll see you on the other side, and we'll tell you all about it.
Yes, we're gonna have a fun recap episode.
Absolutely.
Next week for you, and then we're basically hop, skipping, and jump on to Rhinebeck. So oh my gosh.
All good. All really good.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be November before we know it.
It's okay. The colors are popping in. It's this is good. The only thing that makes me sad, and I shouldn't do this, but I'm seeing all the colors, and then I go, oh God, stick season's going to be here in no time. And you can't do that. You just got to enjoy the fall while we've got it.
It's a roller coaster living in New England. I mean, you're just like, woo! Like,
well, especially summer to fall to stick season, because then you get to stick season. And
I know I saw some photos of the mill, in the throes of winter, and how it looks slushy out there, and oh my God, I'm not ready for that.
It's not. Don't even. I shouldn't have brought it up. Anyway,
I did just get Maeve. She needed another. They just grow through shoes.
Yeah.
Quicker than you can keep up with. But the next pair I bought her was winterized. Which, it's the reality. Anyway,
it is. All right.
Thank you for joining us,
we'll see ya.
We will see you on the other side of Vermont Sheep and Wool, and hopefully see you at Millapalooza.
Be well.
Bye.